Hi, my friends. Thanks for joining us today on our journey through the Bible. It's Tim, your retired pastor, second string missionary, and Bible teacher today, as we consider what Scripture has to say to us. Our reading for today was in Job, chapters 38 to 40. You probably noticed throughout this book, Job has been wishing for a chance to speak to God. He said, if he was thinking, if he had such an opportunity, God would come around to his point of view. And his point of view was that he had done nothing to deserve all these problems. In Job 23, 3 to 4, he said, "Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I may come even to his seat, and I would order my cause before him and fill my mouth with arguments." Yeah, right, Job, that's what you would do. And then it happens. He actually meets God in this, but not in the way Job thought. Confronted by God himself, Job suddenly has nothing to say. God says in chapter 40, verse 2, he who rebukes God, let him answer it. The Lord had a number of questions for Job that were intended to make him aware of how little he actually knew about God or the universe or even the earth itself. And Job's answer was, "Behold, I am vile." The Hebrew word translated vile means Job thought of himself as unworthy or insignificant in comparison with God. And finally, after 39 chapters, Job is ready to listen and learn. God goes on to say in verse 8, chapter 40, would you indeed annul my judgment? Elihu repeatedly referred to God's judgment or justice because that was Job's error. His constant complaints about his circumstances made God seem to be unjust somehow. He made it seem as if this world operates without moral or spiritual laws in effect. And if that's true, life is nothing but random, meaningless events. And so God takes him on a tour through all of creation. In verse 15, he said, "Behold now, Behemoth, which I made with thee." And what is a behemoth? The description sounds like a dinosaur. And yet, how can that be? I have to laugh at commentators that I read who try to make this a mythical creature or wonder how it evolved. And they're missing the whole point. The key words here are, which I made with thee, both at the same time, on the same day of creation. It also sounds like this animal was then alive and could be seen in and around the Jordan River, and it was known to Job. Noah most likely had dinosaurs on the ark with him. Probably baby dinosaurs, not an 80-foot monster, but conditions after that were not conducive to dinosaur life. But I think that's where this one came from, and the point is, God made him just like he made Job. This animal has a tail like a cedar tree and bones like iron, and Job is not going to go out on a behemoth hunt. He'll just leave this massive creature alone. And yet, if Behemoth is so intimidating, how much more intimidating is the God who made him? And this is just one example of God's creation. God generously stays within the limits of what Job may be familiar with. He could have gone uh, farther than he did, but even so, as he describes the variety of plants and animals on this earth and weather patterns and the sun and moon and stars, all of it works together in accordance with God's sovereign plan. We don't live in a chaotic world. When an engineer at Boeing designs a new airplane that weighs more than 400,000 pounds, he knows in advance that it will fly because we live in a world where the laws of aerodynamics and gravity and wind uh, resistance all fit together. And Job can't begin to explain how this all works or how it all fits together. And in the same way, neither can he explain how the trials of one man fit within the framework of the world that God had created, how it fits with his sovereignty. And the same thing is true about our lives today. And that's why they have purpose and they have plan. And that's why so often that purpose and plan is beyond the scope of our understanding and exceeds the boundaries of what our minds can conceive, because the world we live in is so amazing, and our God is so amazing as well. And I would encourage everyone, don't try to compete with him, because he's the one who's in control. He'll take care of it, and he'll take care of you if you simply trust him, my friend. Meditate on that a little bit today. And then tomorrow, stay in your reading and finish the book of Job, chapters 41 and 42. And I look forward to being back with you again then. I'll see you later, my friends.